Hello, this is Gabriella with Soaring Ministries. I am coming here. This is the second part of Beware of the Political Spirit. And I was sharing about Mark 8:15 in the first part, about how Jesus warned, watch out for the yeast of the Pharisees and that of Herod. And if you haven't listened to the first part, please do so. But I also would like to share 1 Corinthians 11:18. And this is in the Passion Translation. I've been told many times that when you meet as a congregation, divisions and cliques emerge. And to some extent, this doesn't surprise me. Differences of opinion are unavoidable, yet they will reveal which ones among you truly have God's approval. In other words, the Lord was speaking through Paul, telling the people in the congregations in Corinth, and they had a lot of house churches. So he was warning about the cliques and the divisions that were trying to emerge. And as I was sharing yesterday, all of this disjointedness, all the discord and the disunity that is happening in the body of Christ and around the world, that we need to be aware of. And what was he talking about, Jesus, when he was saying, be aware of the political spirit is the Pharisees, now the Herod, the king, it's the political spirit, and the Pharisees is the religious spirit that he was talking about. But see, most of us know and have heard teachings on the religious spirit or Pharisaical spirit, but many are not aware of the political spirit. Why did Jesus speak about the Roman King Herod, who had become the ruler of the Jews? Herod knew of the prophecies of a coming Messiah who would one day set up his kingdom and liberate the people. This kingdom would have no end. Herod therefore spoke to the wise man and wanted to find out where this king was to be born. And he acted like, oh yes, I want to worship him too. Tell me where he is. Tell me, when those wise men were going to find Jesus Christ and hailed him as the king, and they knew that he was going to be born. And so Herod tried to get information out of them, and he was telling them, I want to go too. Tell me where he is so I can go and worship him too. But all he wanted to do was to find out where that new king was going to be born, so he would deal with him. Because you could tell afterwards, when those three wise men did not tell him, because they were warned by an angel not to go back to Herod and to go home another way. So Herod found out they didn't come back. So that's when he decreed that in Matthew 2:13, let me read that. Get up, take the young child and his mother and flee to Egypt. No, wait a minute, that's the other one, when Jesus had to go flee to Egypt. And that's part of it too. They stay there until I give you word, for Herod is about to search for the young child to kill him. And that's in Matthew 2:13. So even Jesus' father, Joseph, his earthly father, Joseph and Mary, they were warned, and they had to take Jesus to Egypt, so he wasn't one of the ones that were going to be killed, because Herod decreed that all of the children, all of the infants, all the way from 2 years and down, every one of them were going to be killed. So this is he was very serious, So that's why Joseph and Mary, after the birth, were warned by that angel to take Jesus out of into Egypt, to hide him. So this is a whole plot. Herod, and I'm going to continue to speak about that, but as now you can kind of look at 1 Corinthians 11:18 and Matthew 2:13, and this whole plot, that political spirit It will release threats and decrees that will instill fear and possibly cause believers to abort their kingdom assignments in their lives and regions. You could see that with Herod. That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to abort, and all these children, 2 years and younger, had to be killed because he was so bent on getting rid of the king, which is Jesus Christ, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. But this is how serious this political spirit is, and he will be sly and slick, and he will be cunning. Like I already said, it's a fox. Herod was a fox, and he mimicked and acted like he wanted to worship the king. He wanted to go, but all he wanted to do was to destroy what was coming on earth. But of course, the Lord already knew and had it all under control. But that's how it is a lot of times. When I saw this businessman in my dream, and I saw him trying to get into the house, into my house, into my business. We have to be aware of what's happened around about us right now, so we know by and discern by the Spirit what we need to do. And so I will be continuing to talk about to be aware of that political spirit, because we have a lot of teaching on the religious spirit and the Jezebel spirit, but this political spirit is a whole nother arena. So I will continue to do that, and it's also in my latest book, and Golden Nuggets, Divine Revelations, and it's one of the chapters I talk about the political spirit, what the Lord has shown me. And so you can access it through the website soaringeagle.info. Well, have a glorious day. God bless.